Hey guys, back with cocktails with Curt.
Okay, stop. We've had enough episodes to where you should know, and I think the people know, this is my show. Welcome back to another episode of Cocktails with Curt. Hey guys.
They missed my hey guys. Only I can do the hey guys.
Not on my show.
You have the title of the show.
Not on my show. Hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for
So anyways, this is like what, last three. So if you see us, hopefully not slurring our speech or anything at this point.
Well, half of a big bottle in. So.
Right.
Anyway.
So, one of the feedback items that we got this past week is you guys are always talking about single family, but I'm a townhouse or condo type of person. Why don't you guys showcase it more? So we're going to do a little bit better effort on showcasing some of those. But let's just talk about who is a good fit for a townhome and kind of buyer and what the difference is. We'll get a little bit more into that too.
I think from the clients that we've put into a condo or a townhome, it usually is the buyer that just likes lock and go living.
And what does that mean?
Somebody that you should know what that means.
I know what it means, but for the people that maybe not familiar with that term out there.
Lock and go living basically is if you're the type of person that you only want to be responsible for what goes on inside your house. You don't want to worry about the maintenance on the outside, meaning when the grass is going to get cut, what flowers you're going to plant this season. You don't want to be bothered with any of that. You want to know that when you turn the key and you enter your unit,
that's all I got to think about.
That's all I have to think about.
Does my stove work? Does my blinds on the windows?
Right. And I think that, and also too, if you're somebody that likes to travel a lot, if you're somebody that
it fits somebody like that,
you don't really have a set routine. You're not home. You don't have a 9 to 5 traditionally, where you come home every day at 5 o'clock and you're on the schedule. I think, condo or townhome living could be something that you would be interested in.
Yeah, absolutely. And part of that too is why you don't have to do those things like cutting your grass or you're able to walk down to the pool is typically because you're part of an HOA. And typically, like, if you're especially like in a city and you're in a condo building, say in Midtown or Buckhead, they could go as high as $300, $500 a month, right? Because you're getting that whole lifestyle of a parking garage, a gated parking garage, a swimming pool, maybe tennis courts, stuff like that.
Typically, the more amenities that you have in the community that you live in, townhome, condo, or otherwise, my mother always said you pay for what you get. So
are you the person that likes that all-inclusive resort, like when you go on vacations? That's probably the type of person that would enjoy it.
But does your budget?
Because
a lot of people would enjoy that, right? I mean, I know I would love it if I didn't have to worry about cutting the grass and all of that. But at the same time, does my budget say, yeah, you can enjoy that?
Another $500 or $600 a month, right?
The other thing I just want to point out too is that typically, and this is not, no, maybe this isn't all cases, but if you have a townhome or a condo even, you don't own the exterior, any aspect of the exterior of your property. Yeah.
So you're saying if I step on, out my door, I don't own that?
You don't own that. And what's so funny is that's why if you move into a townhome community especially, they typically will cover the maintenance of your little front. If you have like a little small garden area or something like that.
They'll put pine straw.
They'll put the pine straw, they'll put the flowers because they own that. They're responsible for that. You're paying into that. But I think it's something to note that if just because you have the townhome, you own the town, you only own that unit and what's inside.
Right.
So
I remember we were looking at a place where it was in Sandy Springs that time, and we were like, we really, really loved the house, right? And then we're like, oh, it would be cute to put a pool back here. And we reached out to the listing agent and said, hey, what are the covenants and stuff like that, which we talked about in another video. Oh, well, you don't own the land, so you can't build a pool. It'll be the property of the community. And I'm paying $20,000 for everybody else to use my pool.
Exactly. And not only that, but I think she told us that at that time too, even the front steps belong to the community, not us.
But for some people, that's the advantage for some people, right? Because really, for some people, all they care about is, again, they open the door. It almost is like, in some communities, it's considered almost like renter's insurance, right? Yeah. Because you're really just responsible for your refrigerator, your flooring, the stuff in your rooms. and God forbid something happened, something happened to the roof, that would be covered by, the community. Another advantage that we had written down here was it's typically not a ton of space, right? So an advantage could be utility bills, water bills,
a lot less,
like that,
a lot
right?
less. Yeah,
Than a single family.
So
house.
I mean, depending on again your lifestyle, right? Like how you function. Are you a family of 4 trying to fit that into a town? Maybe that's not going to work for you. But if you're single or you're dating or it's just you and you have small children, maybe it will be. I mean, you could definitely save some money on utility bills. I can tell you that from what we're spending.
We are definitely.
Yeah.
Some of the disadvantages, especially if it's an older building, it's not like the current standards as far as barriers in between, units and stuff like that. You might hear the neighbor doing the little cha-cha-cha next door, the little bedroom tango.
You don't need any more of this, because if you ever do that again, so that they can... come for him in the comments.
He had a little flavor, right?
Come for him in the comments. He had a little wine, now he has some flavor, but anyway.
But what I was getting to is noise, right?
Right.
That could be a disadvantage. You have the neighbor that... It's kind of like apartment living. It's like you're just owning that space.
Yeah.
Now, there's probably going to be rules and restrictions for turning down music, but there's a lot of things you might not be able to control. You might not be able to, it might be hearing somebody, playing the drums above you or walking on the floor. But that's the
setback of living in a space that essentially is shared space. So,
what else? That could affect it, safety. For some people, safety.
Yeah. I mean, I was going to say, if you live in a condo, a lot of people they feel more secure. I mean, especially if it's a high-rise building exactly. Or in a townhome, a lot of them are gated communities. So there's a certain, level of safety and reassurance that, people feel with that. So yeah, I think that's
that could be a positive for a lot of people. Like you said, if you're traveling a lot or you're like you work late at night on a job and stuff like that, and you just literally want to open your door, close your door, enjoy your space, condo
might be for you. So
one thing I also want to touch upon, because it's come up recently in some of the deals that I've done. One thing you have to be...
You've done?
Yes, I've done. The consideration has to be for an FHA. Not all townhomes and condos qualify for FHA, and that stands for Federal Housing Administration. That is going to be a program that a lot of first-timers are going to qualify for. So it doesn't mean that all condos and townhomes don't qualify. It just means that that's one thing that we're gonna have to work with. With the lender to make sure, like if you're going FHA, I have to be able to reach out, or Curt, to the agent and to see if this community qualifies FHA. So again, just to recap, benefits, lock and go living, security. HOA could go either way. Yeah. It could go either way. It's less maintenance for your exterior. Disadvantage.
Lower utility bills.
That's another advantage. Yeah. Disadvantage for some people, you don't own, like once you step out the door.
You don't own it. Yeah.
What else was it? It could be higher HOAs and the cha-cha-cha. The bedroom cha-cha-cha.
And on that note, thanks guys. Wait for the next episode. Tune in.
I don't know about you. I'm ready for glass 4.
You're not. You are so not ready.
We'll talk to you guys
You are
soon.
not ready for another glass of wine.